Mini Heroes, and welcome to this week's session. This week, our session is called I Am the Bread of Life. Let's see what it's all about. In the Bible, in the book of John, chapter 6, verse 35, Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Stop! Hang on a minute. Are you trying to tell me that Jesus is a loaf of bread? I am the bread of life. Does he look like a loaf of bread? No. Does he smell like a loaf of bread? I don't think so. So what does it mean by I am the bread of life? Because I'm looking at Jesus and I'm pretty certain he is not a loaf of bread. Let's have a look into the Bible and see if we can find an understanding about what Jesus meant when he said, I am the bread of life. Let's look at the story in the Bible where Jesus feeds the 5,000. Yes, children, you heard that right. Jesus feeds 5,000 people. Wow! Shall we have a look and see how he did it? One day, Jesus was sat at the top of a hill near the Sea of Galilee. And looking around him, he saw there were at least 5,000 men, as well as women and children, all following him. Why were they following him, you may ask yourself? Well, many people followed Jesus because of the miracles he did, and word got around really quickly. So everywhere he went, there was a huge following of people, all wanting to either witness his miracles or experience them for themselves. Can you imagine being followed around by 5,000 people every day? It would be exhausting. Now, none of these people packed a packed lunch or a picnic to go with them. No, none of these people had food, and so they were incredibly hungry. And Jesus knew that they would be getting hungry. So he asked his disciple, Philip, where they were going to get food for everyone. Can you imagine trying to feed all of those people? It wouldn't be cheap. My goodness, 5,000 people. I don't even know if they'd have enough food in a supermarket. But in those days, they didn't have supermarkets. And so all those people were following him around, incredibly hungry. And Jesus felt sorry for them. All of those people were relying on Jesus to feed them, or they would go hungry. Philip had no idea how to feed all of those people without any food. But Andrew, another disciple, said there was a little boy in the crowd who had bought a little basket of lunch which had 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. It was the perfect lunch for a growing boy. But my goodness, how on earth could that feed 5,000 people? Jesus asked the boy to bring the basket to him. What happened next is a miracle. Jesus had everyone sit down, and then he thanked God for the food that had been provided. And he passed it around to everyone in the crowd. Everyone had more than enough to eat, so much so they even had leftovers. After everyone was full, they picked up 12 baskets of leftover food. It was a true miracle. Jesus fed over 5,000 people with a little boy's lunch. Goodness me, quite a lot of commotion followed after this because the crowd wanted to follow him everywhere. They wanted to know everything. Wow, who was this amazing man who managed to feed 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fish? People had never imagined or seen such miracles. It was amazing. The people wanted to crown Jesus as king. They were so amazed. But Jesus, being humble and gentle in spirit, slipped away and crossed over to the other side of the lake. The next day, the people in the crowd had managed to follow him and asked him why he had left. And Jesus had a very interesting conversation with them about it. He explained the following. During his conversations, Jesus told the crowd not to be so concerned about perishable things like food. Spend your energy seeking the eternal life that the Son of Man can give you. For God the Father has given me the seal of approval. Jesus told them, this is the only work God wants from you. Believe in the one he has sent. He said, I tell you the truth. Moses didn't give you bread from heaven. My Father did. And now he offers you the true bread from heaven. The true bread of God is the one who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. Jesus replied, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry again. Whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Jesus was telling the crowd that they needed to believe in him, that God had sent him to save them. Jesus knew that the crowd didn't understand what he was saying, and they were not interested really in hearing about the bread of life. They wanted their tummies to be filled. They wanted to no longer hunger. But Jesus wanted to fill their hearts, and he was trying to explain to them that he is the only way to stop their hunger. Believing in him will stop their hunger. He was explaining to them that they were hungering for more than just physical food. They were hungering for God. They needed God, and they needed Jesus to bring them to God. What that means, minis, is that if you believe in Jesus, he will ensure that your needs are all met. What it means is if you believe in Jesus, God will provide for you. God will look after you. You will never go hungry. You will never go thirsty. God will always provide everything that you need. Well, I don't know about you, minis, but that makes me feel really, really happy. It makes me feel safe and secure knowing that God will always meet my needs. I don't know about you, minis, but I think that's pretty awesome. Right. Are you guys ready for a song? You are? Brilliant. The next song is a song I found online, and it's got a lovely girl on there doing actions to the words. Maybe you could learn the actions too. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's go.
You are the bread of life. You are the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry. He who believes in me will never be thirsty. You are the bread of life. Jesus, you are the bread of life. You are the bread of life. You are the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never be thirsty. You are the bread of life. Jesus, you are the bread of life. This is my body that was broken. This is my blood that was shed for you. Take it and eat and drink it. Remember me. You are the bread of life. You are the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never be thirsty. You are the bread of life. Jesus, you are the bread of life. You are the bread of life. You are the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never be thirsty. You are the bread of life. Jesus, you are the bread of life.
Wow, wasn't that lovely? Did you do the actions? They were really easy to learn. You did? Well done. I love that song, and I just think the words are perfect, and it helps you to remember that Jesus is the bread of life. Right then, Minis, are you ready to play a game? You are? Fantastic. Now, this first game, I have written a phrase, and it's all mixed up, and it's all on different slices of bread. Can you rearrange the words and put them in the right order? Are you ready? Let's take a look. Okay, so there are lots of words on the slices of bread. Can you put them in the right order to create a phrase? Can you put them in the right order to work out what we have been talking about today? I'm going to give you 15 seconds, Minis. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Time's up, Minis. Have you got it? Let's have a look and see if you... Brilliant! You can rearrange the words and it reads, Jesus said, I am the bread of life. John chapter 6, verse 35. Did you get it right? Well done, Minis. You're superstars. Ready, Minis? Let's play another game. Look at all these fish. Wow, there's some beautiful colours. Look at that spiky one. Take a good look at the fish on this page, Minis. Look at their colours and their shapes and their sizes, because I'm going to ask you some questions. Let's see if you get any right. Minis, which fish did you see that had lots and lots and lots of colours on it, flashing nice and brightly? Have a think. If you said the rainbow fish, you would be absolutely right. Awesome, Minis. Well done. Let's take another look. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to ask you another question. How many stripy fish did you see? Oh, this is a little bit harder. How many do you think? Well, Minis, if you said 2, you would be absolutely correct. Well done. Good job. Okay, Minis, final one. Take a good look at these fish again. Look at the shapes, the sizes, how many there are. Keep looking. Okay. Have you finished looking? Get ready for your final question. It's going to be a hard one. Okay, Minis, let's see how much attention you were paying. Are you ready? How many fish were there all together on the screen? How many fish in total? Did you count them? Did you get the correct number? Let's see if you were right. Mini Heroes, if you guessed the number 9, you are absolute superstars. Well done, because that was really difficult. Extra hard. You've done fantastically, Mini Heroes, but I'm not surprised because you always do. Fantastic job, Minis. Well done. Mighty Mini Heroes, it's that time again. It's time to say goodbye, but well done. You did such a fantastic job this week. You did a great job learning about Jesus and Jesus being the bread of life. Well done, Minis. Have a great week. Next week, there'll be a new challenge, but this week you can have a break. I hope you have a fantastic week. Enjoy your time at home. Take care. Bye.